Hello everyone, welcome. This is What If Deku Was Genji. Now, let's start the video.
Hello everyone, welcome to Boku no Hero X Demon Slayer. At a young age, Shizuka Midoriya, whoops, little mistake, going too far ahead. We go back to Shizuka Midoriya in the My Hero Academia universe, fighting Overhaul. Using 30%, about 30% getting his hair to blue. Basically Super Saiyan hair. And attacking Overhaul in that entire fight. The only difference is that Overhaul wasn't unconscious at the end. He had very painful bruises and other things like that. He was near unconsciousness, but he was still semi-awake. And when Deku dropped his guard, that's when it happened. Midoriya would be excited, telling Bakugo that he did it. As unlike canon, Bakugo and a couple other people will actually be there. A sound of, give or take, 3 people. Aizawa, Bakugo, and Eri. Also, Mirio, but Mirio's not really important. And also, of course, Overhaul, but Overhaul's that he doesn't count, so yeah. We go to Overhaul now. Overhaul's blanking stares, his mask gone, obliterated by the amount of punches took him, and fractured. Multiple of his bones very much fractured. And he would see an opening, as his entire bag would be turned. He would start getting up, using his own quirk to more lines deconstruct and reconstruct his body. Being very painful, but enough for all of his bones to, heal. Or reconstruct themselves. Midoriya talking to Bakugo, as Bakugo would notice a little movement in the dust. Deku, watch out! About to explode what's behind him, Midoriya would look behind him as he would get an entire hand through his stomach, or more lines chest area, straight through the spinal cord. A giant hole would be there, as Overhaul would have used his quirk to make a giant hole. Midoriya would spit out blood, and lots of it in fact, destroying not just a lot of vital organs like esophagus. No, actually no, I think that's a more aligns upper throat. So, a bit down the voice box, I believe basically back spinal cord, rib cage, definitely. A couple inches of his heart, so yeah. Organ, just a lot of attachment areas now that I think about it in that chest area. Attachment areas that lead to, very important places that flow blood. So Midoriya, give or take, only has like a couple seconds of actual living. While this happens, you would see a flash. A green flash as his quirk will turn on and off. Basically having, his soul travel to, the quirk. Or more lines before that can do so, Midoriya would look back at Bakugo as his, hand will still be in the chest. I'm sorry. I couldn't save everyone. I'm sorry, I couldn't save Night Eye. I will fix this world. I'll recreate it. There'll be no quirks. Nothing to hold me back. We will be feared as the Yakuza. As it should have always been, if it wasn't for all of these quirks involved. I will extinguish everything and every hero. Not if I have to say anything about it. 30%. Oh, Morline's 100% he's gonna die anyways, 100%. Basically takes Overhaul with him to the gulag. So yeah, man just 100%. Bam. Yeah, you can say, overhaul, he died a lot more faster than basically Midoriya is. Why? Remember, if your spinal cord still has like a space or something holding the space, it gives you time. Since, Overhaul didn't remove his hand, Midoriya still has a bit more time on him. Since, if that hand were to exit, that area, the spinal cord would just collapse upon itself, leading to instant death. So, yeah. Basically taking both of them to the gulag as they both die. More lines, Midoriya, 100% obliterating Overhaul. He dies. Basically only having a hand. More lines Rengoku, but, basically what Akaza did to Rengoku. Kind of leave his hand inside, his chest. As he would fall, giving only a couple seconds, as he would look at Bakugo, and with as much pressure as he can, he would yank out a piece of his hair. Take this. It is the power I inherited from All Might. I don't have that much time. As he can see his conscience in a bright light hitting his face. Please. If I die, there will be no one to defeat All for One. In Shigaraki Tomura. Bakugo would agree to this assignment, but then realize... Are you... Deku, don't leave. I'm sorry. I'm sorry what I did to you in middle school. I didn't want this to happen. As Bakugo be crying. And Eri, being a bit far away from him, basically runs to Deku and starts crying her eyes out. Knowing that, she, kind of overuses a quirk, basically over the 9,000. Midoriya's body starts to flirt with Eri, activating, the flirt quirk and basically every other quirk inside of Midoriya's body. Having him float, same with Eri, and bright light comes out of nowhere, and Midoriya basically wakes up. Midoriya would see, or more lines, he would be in his mindscape, sorry, because he hasn't opened his eyes yet. So he would be in his mindscape. He would feel the power of One For All. Because remember, since he doesn't have a physical body, this trend, kind of more lines splitting the quirk in half, or more lines having him keep the fire of One For All. But more lines keeping it, and the transformation, rewinding the quirk, would basically make it its own individual portion of One For All. So a permanent version of One For All, just a little weakened. And more lines. Yeah, he would see inside the quirk, or the quirk itself. The quirk itself would be, green lightning, as you expect. Think of the Speed Force, but green. As he would see green energy all around him. And he would see the users of One For All as well. We're proud of you, kid. We're proud. Only a couple of us can help you. The rest of us will fade. As you know, you can guess who I might have left over in One For All. Being the users, manga spoiler if you haven't seen it yet, are the people who haven't turned their backs, or more lines, haven't turned themselves to Izuku. The one with the range quirk and the other one with, I believe, Mist. I believe so. Actually, no, I think it was Fajin, sorry. So, Fajin in the unknown quirk that's been given to Deku. Basically. Yeah, if you know what I'm going to do with Fajin, you know very well. Actually, I thought a perfect ability, actually. Scratch that. I know exactly how to do this. He would see the users one by one fading away. And we'll see a spark of green energy, or more of a ball, an aura. a green aura, leaving behind. This was a nice run, kid, as Nano Shimura would hug him. I'm sorry I had to be this way. I'm sorry. As she would fade into this light above, as Midori would be being surrounded by darkness with light, as each individual One for All user will fade, leaving behind a portion of their power or quirk. Even those who haven't yet met Deku in face to face. And immediately there'll be these auras as they evaporate, until he would meet the Fajin user. I wish you could have lived a bit more longer. But for now, I guess it's goodbye. See you in the light side, bud. He would head past Deku and then vanish. As Midoriya, being confused, and memories would start to fade. Certain memories. Waking up in a place. Waking up seeing a very about 20-year-old woman and a 23-year-old man. Oh, look, he's awake. As his mother, or more lines, Inko in this universe, Demon Slayer universe, if you can tell. And you know, you've already seen the trailer if you've seen it, so yeah. Everything happens. They're excited. They have a child with twins, or more, not twins, but you know, differences. Midoriya having green hair and his brother, sort of brother, having black hair. And they would be born in a clan. What clan would it be? Well, I'm glad you didn't ask. The clan. The Shimada clan. Izuku Shimada. I guess it wouldn't be Izuku, wouldn't? No, because that'd be kind of... Yeah, it'd probably be something different, but I'll say just Izuku for now. Izuku Shimada. And his father would be Hanzo Shimada Kamado. One, and if not, one of the last descendants of Yoriichi. The first Demon Slayer. The one that fought Muzan and almost won. The descendants, you can say. As there would be a glow from Deku. His eyes would be different, you can say. His eyes would be glowing green of energy. Oh, Marline's is just one of those anime, gleams. So yeah. As a young Hanzo... Oh, no, that's his father. I mean, sorry. Shikaku. Yeah, I got it right. Shikaku, his twin brother, or Marline's basically older brother, would run. I'll say Shikaku would be... How old would Shikaku be? I mean, I think there's a big difference. So say I give it take like 5 years. Would it be 5 years? I don't think so. Yeah, I'll say like 5-year difference. So a 5-year-old Shikaku would run into the room. As you know, they would be in their household, if you can tell. Oh, he's so adorable. Look at him. Oh, so father, look at this. As he would breathe in. And, you know, basically showing Hanzo that Shikaku himself knows that, fire breathing. Or, what? No, I think it was sun breathing, sorry. Sun breathing. The clan of Shimada are divided between two elements. Water breathing and in the sun of breathing. These two, the lineage would be going on for a decent while. Before Upper Moon 1 could have done anything to, kill off the rest of the descendants, give or take like 5 descendants or 6 of them kind of, ran away before, he could have pulled the Itachi. Yeah. Shikaku would, Hanzo would be proud of his son. And, time skip because I don't feel like explaining everything that happened in his babyhood. So let's go to when Midoriya's 5 and Shikaku's 10. Yes, exciting, isn't it? So basically, Hanzo will be a prodigy at breathing, or at least in his area. The clan will, give or take, be a decent amount of people. I'll say maybe, I'll say like a townspeople. So give it to like 30 people. So yeah, these 30 people and some other people that are not part of the clan, but yeah, would basically be living together like the Uchihas. Seeing how successful Shikaku is, Hanzo would be on Deku's butt, or on Izuku's butt basically training. He would see how early Hanzo was able to breathe, doing breathing techniques, full concentration breathing. As Midoriya, not even at, almost near his birthday, would be able to start breathing. Their prodigies will be on, and since, firstborn basically gets everything, and the secondborn would get absolutely nothing, Hanzo would be told that after he becomes of age, he would be the new head of the clan. And Midoriya would kind of just be there, I guess, basically. Midoriya would try breathing as hard as he could, as Hanzo would put him through hellish training, trying to find how to activate the breathing technique, or having how for Deku to breathe the technique. He would try his best, but Midoriya, every time he would try to, breathe the technique of sun breathing or water breathing, his lungs would, hurt. Or it wouldn't be compatible with, his body, basically. Basically, having Midoriya's disappointment, if you know what I mean. Paying more attention towards Hanzo, or more training on Hanzo, less training on Deku, and more lines seeing Deku as a favorite. Since he basically can see Deku as a normal son instead of, having a lot of responsibilities. So he very more aligns clan heads, or more lines like, what was the right name? Elders? Was it elders or... hold on, let me think of this real quick. The council, yeah. Like all the... Yeah, basically the elders, sorry. Elders, they see Midoriya as disappointment, so they focus more on Hanzo. They don't care about Deku. But Deku's father, Hanzo, Shimada Kamado, would very more aligned treat Midoriya with more kindness and respect, or not respect, but kindness and lovingness, while trying to teach Hanzo how to be, adult than, what he should be, a child. But no, he's being very hard on Hanzo. That wouldn't really divide the relationship, but more lines start arguments in the future. As very slowly they would recognize that Midoriya's, even though he can't have breathing or, use breathing of any kind, or more or less the two types he's usually born with, they would notice that surprisingly he's actually pretty decent at using the martial arts and combats fighting styles of, the Shimada and Kamado. And is very easily able to pick up on the fighting styles without using the techniques. Meaning that instead of him breathing, he would naturally just, like training or basically... Okay. He's able to train his physical body better than what it's supposed to be for breathing. Basically making up the power Hanzo has with pure training, physical training of Deku's. Basically canceling each other out. Yes, Hanzo may have the power of breathing, but on the physical side, techniques and otherwise would be Deku. So yeah. Okay, hold on. Who can text me? Anyways. As, of course, days will come to an end. Okay, how many teachers did I give Deku? Okay, look on the list I gave him. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I give him like 5 teachers. Anyways, let's see. Okay, so about 10. There'll be 10 now. And you can say, basically, Hanzo runs the joint at this point. But, Hanzo's still, the boss. The elders will kind of drill in to Hanzo's head that, not Hanzo, but Shikaku's head, that, if you don't keep tabs on your brother can ruin this for you, and, ruin the clan's, reputation. This would be said behind Hanzo's back. Okay, hold on. What is this? Come on, I'm trying to make a video. Anyways, let me put this on real quick. Sorry. There you go. Basically, having Shikaku try and discipline his brother, even though his brother doesn't really need discipline, but more aligns leadership. He tries to guide, brother, technically, since I'm older than you, you should respect me and, basically treat him as like a maid or something. Or someone below him. Well, Midoriya is kind of just chilling. He's, he kind of likes his life like this. Like, he doesn't have to worry about any, clan stuff or any sort of responsibilities. He's kind of more lines free and is able to go out more out than, Shikaku is. So, this would give the clan elders, very worried. Or not worried, but kind of, he has too much freedom. And, they don't know, a demon or some sort of thing would basically tell secrets. Or basically, they're overthinking things, basically. Which is inevitably going to lead to their downfall, but yeah. Midoriya would be running back from home. And would notice that Shikaku would be at the front gate, with everyone, even the elders. And Hanzo as well. Hanzo would be in, he would have that angry face. As what would have happened is that elders screwed into Shikaku's head that he should challenge his brother into a banishment tactical. Or a battle. Meaning that whoever loses gets banished and whoever wins basically gets to stay. As you can see, with Genji's origin, Midoriya would be shooken down. The only reason he was shooken down was because Shikaku had both breathings. That is the only reason. And even so, if it wasn't for the fact that the elders teached him themselves instead of Deku, Deku would have won off bat. Even the elders were surprised on how well Deku did against Shikaku. And so when, Shikaku won, it broke Hanzo's heart. Immediately, the elders give Midoriya 1 day left to moralize, get your stuff, and leave forever. You got no rights to this clan anymore. Yeah. Midoriya sleeping in his household. Basically, to the point, the fight I said, yeah, the fight was like everything out, like all out. Meaning that both boys were in critical condition. So yeah, Midoriya, he, realistically, with his willpower, he only got the 50% like healed. Got up, walked away. And before sundown, he went to go visit his clan to say goodbye to his mother and father. Is that being an attack? As the alarms would ring, Midoriya would start running to the gates. It's like, what's happening? Is something wrong? As you know, he would hear a very loud slash, or more lines, fighting in the gates. He would open the door, seeing the Upper Moon versus Hanzo. Everyone else would be in a bunker that, the clan has. And the Upper Moon basically fighting Hanzo. Hanzo struggling to even land a hit on this dude. I mean, he is making hits. I'll say he, Upper Moon got a couple scars. But even so, they're not permanent, so he's kind of a demon and all that. That's basically his gig, but yeah. As Midoriya tries to help out, but, yeah, you can say, didn't go very well for him. As basically, what happened is Upper Moon 1 pinned his father to the ground with a sword and basically decided to 1v1 Midoriya with hands. Midoriya was winning in the first part of the fight, and then very easily Upper Moon 1 started to get annoyed and just went all out, basically tearing Midoriya apart. Lower half just gone. Yeah, Midoriya only has like about upper torso, and even so it's halved. So only, like, I'll say his heart, lungs, and brain, and I'll say like face were intact. Besides that, anything like on the side of him or down torso would just be obliterated. Like, yeah. And Midoriya would be on the ground looking at his father. His father would say, "Don't take his life, take mine." As very easily, he would see this and just decapitate Hanzo in front of him. Not just that, but basically grabbing Midoriya and basically throwing him off a cliff edge into a stream. Yeah, not that fun. In that fight, Midoriya would wake up in pain and in bandages. "Hi, I'm Kaguya. Nice to meet you, young one." Seeing a uninjured Kaguya, this Kaguya wouldn't have the scar just yet, changing the storyline a little bit. He won't have the scar just yet from either of the fights he had. So he would still be in his, Demon Slayer ages. Still fighting demons, in fact. Meeting Deku. And basically, Deku full of rage. Because, he kind of salty that his brother didn't do anything. In fact, his brother was there during the fight. And as soon as he saw, he kind of hid in the bunker and closed it. Locked it. Instead of helping. So, yeah. Also, did I mention Midoriya got memory loss from that drop? Yeah, he hit his head. Not just that, he smashed into the water like a brick. So he got some memory loss. Hello. I'm sorry I couldn't help you retrieve the rest of your limbs, but I did what I can. As you know, Midoriya would look down and see the bottom part of his torso gone. Or more lines, you'd be... It's complicated. He's in a very bad critical condition. And meeting that, you would actually meet a very unique person. Being Hagunzuka Hotaro. Yes, the blacksmith dude. Yeah. And you can see where I'm going from here. This will be the prototype of that armor you see in front of you. Midoriya... Kaguya said he only had, give or take, 5 days left to live. Sorry, not 5 days. I meant a day. No, I'll say Kaguya gave him some time. I'll say like 5 days. Yeah, under those 5 days, this man Izuku made his own breathing technique. What is the name of this breathing technique? Pain breathing. Pain breathing would be focused on anger and adrenaline circling through your body using breathing. Activating it on command and basically making sure he has more time to live. In that time, giving Midoriya extra day and making Orkadaki and a couple other people. So yeah. He gets trained by Kaguya a bit after getting his prototype armor, which is the red you saw in the trailer. Or more lines. Yeah, basically, if you saw the trailer. So he's like half. You can see like half part of his human arm. Midoriya is full of anger in this point of the storyline. And he's angry that he's a robot now, basically a cyborg. And it was a one-time thing to save his life. The only reason is that he said, you know, Kaguya was like, I saved this boy. Are you able to help him? You know, Kaguya was like, hey, I found this dude. Can you, got anything? Blacksmith was like, let's see what I can do. Yeah, one-time thing because, Kaguya said it himself. And we would go to Midoriya's first mission. Or first training, sorry. Given this body, Midoriya would be full of anger. Not just at himself for being this way, but at what he is. He would no longer see himself as human and would be angry at himself, his brother, but also the demon that did this to him. And he would remember one name that the demon was called. Kakushibo. I think I named it correctly. Kakushibo. Before chopping off his father's head, he would remember my name. I don't know, you'd be at the cliff scene. Remember my name when you go down. My name is Kakushibo. And basically dropping Midoriya and, flashbacks over. He would be angry, and more lines, instead of the green you see, you would see anger. In what's left of Midoriya, you can say Midoriya's human body, or what's left of it, is very much Bane on whatever he's on. So basically, full human, just physical, highest physique. He's been training with Kaguya for over a year now. And, it was time for Kaguya, to skedaddle. Kaguya leaves, gets a scar and whatnot from fighting. And now, Orikadaki. Kaguya left him in Orikadaki's hands. Trying to teach, Orikadaki trying to teach him how to be in peace with himself. Trying to do so, but failing miserably. As Midoriya would be very angry, don't get me wrong, he does know how to use it, but, more lines, it doesn't work. So, he kind of trains with Kona, or Kocho Kona, if you know, that's, Kocho's sister. Haha, Insect Hashira's sister. Before, she kind of got murked by, Upper Moon 2, Doma. So, you can say there's a relationship there, Deku's, pretty decent at fighting now. And he's actually created a breathing technique, or at least started a prototype of it. It's not yet complete since he still has a lot of pain in his heart. So over this time, he kind of gets a view of the world. That sometimes it's fair, sometimes it's not, and you kind of gotta live with it. And you gotta kind of stick and, focus on the good times. Focus on all the positivities in life before, you hit the bucket. Basically, telling him that, it could have been worse, not gonna lie. But you should be grateful for what you have. Very grateful. I'm sorry that this happened to you, but this was a gift. You lived after fighting someone so powerful. Actually, no, they wouldn't know that. But they would say that, you should be grateful. From what I can say, they got you from a river. And Kaguya said that you dropped from a very high cliff. You should be dead, but instead you're alive. You were given a second chance. A very good second chance. As you know, this positivity and, self-motivation, more lines, what's the right word? Not redemption. What's the right word? Idolize. Basically. Admire, that's what it's called. He would admire her a lot for what she's saying. He doesn't know if he can ever think of it, but he would know that slowly but surely he would realize that what she says is true. He could have died, and, that's all. If you're wondering, he still hasn't gotten his memories back. He remembers, his past life, but he doesn't remember, the entire clan thing. He does remember that there was something there, but it's blank due to the trauma or basically getting hit in, the head by a cliff, like Goku did, so kind of, memories wiped for now. Also, if you're wondering, yeah, he's not making it obvious that he knows knowledge from another world. He's kind of trashed it. More lines have it in the back of his history, so kind of, doesn't matter since he's in a whole nother world, so, kind of acting new. I'm trying to remember the things he has. And, of course, at that point, Koni had to leave as well. Going to Jigoro Kawajima. Training under them for a while. And basically having hardships and other things like that. Showing the privilege of life. Be proud of the life you have. You only have one of it. And after that, it's over. As going through that, he would realize slowly that each one of his sensei is teaching a very valuable lesson. And of course, there was one other. Sanjiro Shimada. This would be his past sensei. He would gain memories of his past sensei. Being back when, he had his memories of Shimada clan, when he was, give or take, like 6 or 7. He was taught by someone called Jiro Shimada. Basically a grandfather to him. He would gain those memories, but only of those memories. As he would go back to Orakadaki and finally try and make peace with himself and what he is. After Orakadaki, he would finally be at peace. He would see the upsides and downsides of the world, and his personality would have turned into a Bakugo-like fashion. Pure anger into positive and calm person that he is now. As he would have gotten rid of pain breathing and switching it out for something else he's created, or more lines, perfected. This perfected version would be called natural breathing. Nature breathing, sorry. It would enhance his body to a very high extent. And basically, to a high extent. His senses will be off the charts using this breathing. And I mean, he'll be able to feel, anything move in, a certain amount of radius. Yeah, he would be able to hear, the tiniest things as well. All the way up to at least, I'll say, not an ant, I mean, he'll be able to hear a leaf drop, basically. So very, very high senses. And inevitably, through years, the blacksmith would finalize his body. To the point where, it is what it is now. And by that time, he would ask them to no longer call him Izuku. I'll say they would just call him Izuku. Or not Shuku, but what would be a good alias? So he wouldn't remember Shimada, but he would remember his first name is Izuku. So it would be... He would probably pick Midoriya, not gonna lie, he would probably be Midoriya. In his past, it would have been Izuku Kamado. Now, while his training with all his senseis, it would be Izuku Midoriya. And now, since his suit is finalized into the Genji suit, he would be called Genji. While this is happening, no one will recognize him besides the 5 senseis. And the person who made his suit, technically. So, technically by 6 people. Only 6 people know of his actual identity in his face. As now we go to the start of the Demon Slayer anime. Let's go. As Midoriya now would be a full-on student, and by then will basically be like a shadow Hashira. This will be before any other of the Hashira would be Hashira, by the way. Even before, I think, the Stone Hashira was a thing. So he technically, or more lines, before that generation of Hashira, he would be the generation before them. And he would more lines do private missions for Kaguya. but more lines from bird, not face to face. So it's been years since he actually seen Kaguya's face or heard from Kaguya besides missions. And if you're wondering what his bird is, it's a hummingbird. Yeah. Tanjiro has, his crow. Zenitsu has his little bird. And Deku gets a whole hummingbird. Fast as flip. Got the fastest. Dude got the fastest running speed, bro. Man got the information real fast. Man, hummingbird being fast. Anyways, yeah. He will have a hummingbird. The hummingbird will go very fast in and out of, talking to Kage and giving it to Deku in the missions and whatnot. Midoriya's kill count will be legendary. Not gonna say what his kill count is because I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't know his kill count, but yeah. Anyways, if you're wondering, yes, I'm adding more upper moons and lower moons. I am adding a lot more demons to that anime or to the series. So give or take, I think there's like 300 to 200 demons in the show. So I'll say, I'll say it's like 20% of the world. So yeah, there's a lot of demons. Wait, what it makes? What's for listen? It wouldn't be that much. Maybe a lot. So I'll say 5%. I'll say 5% of the world is demons. Because it's a very good number and a very big. But I need to make sense, especially since it's Genji. And Genji, man, am I giving him hacks. A lot of hacks. So, I'm gonna just tell you real quick on how, I'm gonna just give you his skill set. Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah. Dragon Blade, Deflect, Swift Strike, Shuriken, Cyber Agility. Now let's go to next. Assassin's Blade, Way of the Ninja, Dragon's Breath, Steady Blade, Perfect Parry, Sojiro's Teaching, Dragon of the North Wind, Shadow and Shuriken, Technique, being a total of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait, hold up, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, yeah, I believe so. 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah, 13 breathing. He has 13 styles, my guy. Or more or less 13 forms. In each and one of his forms are unique. And if you've seen or played Apex, or sorry, not Apex, Overwatch. Yeah. Those abilities do lots of damage. Oh, if you're wondering what his suit's made out of, it's made out of the same substances as the sword. The metal it is made. So meaning even if he does lose his sword, he can literally 1v1 a demon with fists, cut its head off with his hand, and it would work. Because his suit is made out of the same metal that the swords are made out of. So his suit absorbs the sun, and basically allows him to kill demons with bare fists. And I'll say his sword is also one of a kind. Same with himself. Yeah. Yeah. If you couldn't tell, his color of the blade was green. Very much like a very bright green. So yeah. This man, he has a legendary kill count. Let's just say he's one of those people that Kaguya himself will kneel down towards from the amount of demons Izuku has slain. Yes, Kaguya. Is that supposed to be the master? He has given Midori. He's like, he knows legend. Like literally, his like Midoriya's nickname in the battlefield is Genji, the Demon Slayer. Immortalize something cool. Yeah. Slayer King. Just think of something cool. He has a lot of names. But from what I can think, probably Green Blur or probably the Slayer hero. Oh no, you know, I got a perfect title from the Ninja Slayer. Why? Because he's a ninja and he's a slayer. Bam. Good title. Anyways, let's go. Midoriya be walking. It's been years since I've been called back to the base of HQ. It's been a while since Kaguya summoned me. I wonder what it is. Also, if you're wondering, I am increasing the power of each upper moon and lower moon. So, yes. If you're wondering how much Midoriya has killed, he has killed at least 3% of the 5% of demons. So he has a legendary status. Also, if you're wondering, it took a couple years. So, yeah. Deku's decently aged. Yeah. Actually, I mean, it's not that much. I mean, it's actually only been a couple years, so I'd say. What? Tanjiro's like, what? I think Shinobu's like, what, 18? And then 19? That would mean Midoriya will be like 20, I think. Yeah, I believe Midoriya would be in his 20s, or at least 20. So, 5 years of straight killing demons, basically. So yeah, Midoriya basically pulled off a fairy tale mission, basically 100-year mission, but instead of 100-year mission, it's a 5-year mission. A man just been killing demons left and right. His name has been known as the Ninja Slayer and as a legend. No one knows of him. No one has ever seen him because he's so fast. He's like, he doesn't even stop to greet other demon slayers. He kind of just kills demon and then out. All they see left is a green blur. Even so, like, he's pretty fast, like in and out very easily. I'll say it'll be a couple days until I reach Kaguya. Also, if you're wondering, he has remembered his clan by now. And, you know, everything that happened. No one knows of his past but him. They think he's just a normal person, but no, they ain't wrong. You know what? Nah. I'll say Midoriya has killed 1%. Because I feel like 3% of the total 5% will be way too much even for a person. So to make it more sense, I'll say he has defeated an entire 1% of all demons. Still a lot, though. So there'll be a total of 4% demons in the entire world population. As you know, let's go to Tanjiro. As you know, you see Tanjiro screaming for Nezuko and basically him meeting Giyu. Yeah, exciting. After that, basically going to, final selection. If you're wondering, yes, Midoriya knows the old students of Orikadaki. Mainly the 2 dead ones that teach Tanjiro. In fact, they were actually Midoriya's friends when he was being taught by Rokadaki. And, they kind of went to final selection. Midoriya was still training. And, he was kind of sad when they died. And I'll say this is where his ability kicks in, One For All, or at least the Embers of One For All. The leftover Embers of One For All allow Midoriya to kill a demon and kind of trap him inside of his body. Or more lines, make them go to the vestige world of One For All. So when he kills them, they turn back into humans. But so when he kills them, they transfer to the One For All world, to the vestige world, and they're humans there. So it's kind of like a transfer thing. You're a demon in the real world, but you become human in the vestige world. So basically, talking about advice, Midoriya has a heck of a lot of advice from like a lot of people. And this doesn't just make to his demons either. Like, he can literally, like, if the soul is still there, like, on, Earth, he can, communicate them and kind of, have them in the vestige world as well. So, meaning, his two dead friends are, kind of with him. So, he has a lot of advice, like, in fighting in general. Even a certain ancestor as well. If you're mentioning, like, 4% of the demons aren't even useful to Muzan. Most of them are just weak or just mid-class. So, no mutations, nothing great. I'll say that 1% is the only percent that actually has mutations, abnormal mutations, and abnormal demons, with upper moons included, and lower moons, with Muzan himself included. So, basically 4% or more, a little bit more than 4%. So also like 0.0, like the 4% point 0, like also like half the. I'll say like 0.5% are actually useful to Muzan. So 0.5%. So yeah, Midoriya's killed like a lot of useless demons. So yeah, he got legit. If you're wondering, yes, the Hashira are stronger in this timeline. So yes, as well.
Let's see.
Midoriya would be walking, and if not, running. And would probably be hunting down a demon. This demon would have connections. What I mean connections? I mean connections to lower moons information. Or just in demon information in general. So I know locations of other demons. Yeah. Midoriya kills him. Goes to Kaguya's place. I'll say he goes back to Tundra. Spider people. Yeah, I actually found a perfect place to actually introduce Deku. Let's go. We go to the mountain where the 5th lower moon is at. Yeah, if you see what's about to happen, you know very well Ryu or Rui is about to get clapped very hard. Like, very. As you know, Tanjiro, he on verge, not gonna lie, he on verge. But I'll say before any of the Hashira can actually, get there, instead of them coming there, it's actually, Genji or Deku. As I'll say, we go... Who was the first? I think it was Inosuke with the first battle, Zenitsu with the second battle, and then Tanjiro with the third battle, the last battle. So I know he goes to Inosuke first. Inosuke beat up, about to get his head crushed in. As you know...
Okay.
As with a very fast motion, there'll be green lightning in the air. Green flash. And then all the spider father sees is, his head, or more lines, his body falling down and basically disintegrating.
Inosuke.
No, he wouldn't know Inosuke's name. No, he wouldn't know. I'll say he would, because I'll say he would get, every information, or like everything about every Demon Slayer. Because I'll say Kaguya, got that information. He has that information. So I'll say every time there's a new Demon Slayer, he informs, he informs Deku.
Inosuke. Hashibora.
Who's this? As Inosuke would look up with odd expression, with stars in their eyes. So strong! Fight me! As he would instantly see himself on a tree, tied up to the tree itself, not tied up by a rope on a tree branch. He would literally be tied to a tree. What happened? Where am I? As he would look on the ground, seeing he's tied up to the tree. Hey, come fight me! As within another instance of luck, Inosuke would blink and Midori would be gone.
Yeah. Zenitsu.
As basically, he would go towards Zenitsu's fight. And I'll say, I feel like there would be a lot more spiders there than there were in the anime. Like, a lot more. Like, I'll say, like, an army full. So, yes, Zenitsu would be able to pull it off, but he'd be more in the death state. Anything? So, yeah. As you know, Zenitsu is getting poisoned. I'll say he tried to do the thunderclap, but misses and ends up getting jumped by, like, all the spiders. So, yeah. Right as he thinks he's about to die, a green flash appears.
Zenitsu Akatsuma!
As all you would hear in the air would be one sound.
Dragon of the North Wind.
As every single individual spider, or more lines in that area, would be wiped out in one move. And I mean wiped out.
Yeah.
Until he looks at the brother. The brother's surprised, like, hey, what just happened? What just happened? What? He was so fast, I didn't even see him. As you know. And instantly, as one thing happened, there was a shout yelled. This yell will be heard across the land.
Dragon Blade!
Immediately taking out the brother, this, spider brother. Yeah, if you're wondering, Midori doesn't hold back. At all. Unlike the other Hashira, how they usually hold back to kind of save energy. Yeah, energy is non-existent. Remember, this man's a cyborg. He has limitless stamina. He literally has robot organs that help him breathe faster than a train. Or, if not, as fast as a train. So this man's ain't losing stamina unless you damage his, like, vials of energy. Or, like, just anything. Like, man don't hold back at all. He doesn't hold back. That's why he's so feared. Because he doesn't hold back at all. As you know, Tanjiro on death's door got fooled by the brother. Not by the brother, but by Rui. My sword senses a great sadness. It is talking to me to go this way. He's also able to feel the inner human emotions of the demons as well. I sense it. A crying child. One of unknown. What was his name? I don't remember. One of confusion. A child crying of unknown confusion. A child so confused, they're dying inside. I must help this child. As in, within one motion, there will be another noise. As you know, Rui was about to do his blood demon art and about to, cut Tanjiro in pieces and about to, snatch his sister up, Nezuko. All you hear is,
Yuki Yuki, Dragon's Blade. Dragon of the North Wind.
a combination of basically 3 attacks and just rapidly doing them. One of them for cutting down Nezuko from, Silk. Second, by cutting down an attack that was about to hit Tanjiro. And third, for basically decapitating Rui's head. Yeah.
Sleep now. I'm sorry, confused one.
I can hear your screams, your cries for help internally. May you slumber and have you be spared of hell. May you be spared to go to heaven. Have mercy on your soul. Thank you. I am sorry I cannot protect you, but I am here now. As you know, basically just stuff, I guess. Just, yeah. Apologizing. And basically, feeling bad for, Ryu, like Tanjiro, what Tanjiro does. But on a whole nother level. As human Ryu wakes up, sees his parents, and then, instead of going to hell, he basically, wakes up in a vestige world. As he is greeted by many people. If you're wondering, every demon he does kill, their human counterpart that does go inside of, the vestige world, is redeemed. As soon as they join Midoriya in the vestige world, they become redeemed. Or redemption, more like it. And when Midoriya dies, everyone else goes with Midoriya to heaven. So yeah.
Tanjiro Kamado. Water breathing. Yes? No? I sense fire. No.
Sun breathing. No, he wouldn't. No, I'll say he wouldn't say sun breathing, but you say fire breathing.
Fire breathing. Yes.
As Tanjiro would be surprised and yet confused on what just happened, since it happened in a time span of a couple seconds, give or take, like 3 minutes or so. So it happened pretty flippin' quick. He was about to attack Nezuko, but then realizes the look in her eyes. He sees that, Nezuko isn't bad or hasn't killed anyone. So, as long as that doesn't happen, he won't kill her. So, she's innocent. At least in, Midori's eyes.
Unique. Innocent. I sense no evil within your eyes. You must be rare, or if not, one of a kind. You seem to be Nezuko. Kamado, if I am correct. I will spare you, but let you know this, Tanjiro. If your sister does consume a human soul, I will give her a painless death. Painless, and make sure she does not suffer anymore. So hope that she does not consume a demon or consume a human one day. Make sure of it, Tanjiro, and promise.
As he would promise, and immediately Shinobu show up. Just like, hey, yo, what's poppin'? Yeah, that's a demon, yeah. Can you move aside real quick? Just, yeah. So, yeah. Hold up, something's happening right now. Where is it? So, yeah. Interesting. As you know, what was the other one? No, I think there was another person with Shinobu. Hold up. What was it? Yeah. Hold up, I know the name. The name was... Can't remember. But yeah, I think there was a little girl with Shinobu as well. Sayori? No, wasn't Sayori? Hold up, let me... Where was the notes? I had notes here. Where was it? Hold up, it was here. Hold up. Yeah, what was the little girl's name? Oh wait, it's right here. Okay. A little bit confusing since it does not say the name right here. Let's see what it is now. Okay, hold up. Okay, I got it right here. Yeah, Kanoho? Yeah, Kanoho. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why that took so long, but yeah, she's also there. And yeah, basically Midoriya is trying to defend off two Demon Slayers while trying to protect, Nezuko and flipping, Tanjiro. Or no, just Nezuko technically, since they only want Nezuko. Mention this man could have killed both of them on sight, but since this man's a Demon Slayer, he's not allowed to kill other Demon Slayers. Not just that, but kind of, basically like the rules. But anyways, he could kill them or defeat them, but I mean, he's trying not to get pendants since, he's not trying to get lawed out by, Kaguya, nor break the rules of the Demon Slayers. But we all know this man is above Demon Slayers, so I mean... Phew. As you know, a crow pops up. Genji! As you know, they would say, Genji, Kano.
Shinobu, Nezuko, Tanjiro, and Nusuke and Zenitsu return back to Hashira HQ.
As you know, I wouldn't say the crow says Genji, but I'll say but I will say that the crow was surprised that Genji was there. They know of Genji, but they only said for the other demon, everyone else but Genji to come. But Genji decided to tag along. As you know, basically Tanjiro tied up, Nezuko in the box. Dude's about to get his punishment. As the entire Hashira fit happens. As they argue, they should kill Nezuko. As Sanemi was about to, stab Nezuko, instantly everyone felt not an ominous aura, but like an intimidating aura, which just had all of them to their knees. Like the pressure, like the power, just had them all to their knees. Think of it as a bloodless binding, but not bloodless, but willpower. So kind of like spiritual pressure.
If you touch that child, Sanemi, I will decapitate you myself. Now. Hello, Kaguya. Hello, Master Kaguya. It has been a few years since I've last seen you.
As Kaguya goes down and everyone bows down to Kaguya. And, Kaguya bows down to Genji.
I've arrived. What is the data, the information you have, Kaguya?
As the Hashers are confused, like, who this dude? The flip, why this man barking orders at the master? As they try to fight him for, acting like, everything, but, Kaguya's instantly, on that, you attack him, he gonna kill all of us. Don't you dare attack him. As he's like, Hashira, stand down, my children. As he walks up to Kaguya and hugs Kaguya, because, Sensei to, student. It's been a while, Master Kaguya. As, Midoriya also bows.
Yeah.
As that is where I would end this video. Thank you all for coming, and I'll see you on the next one.